Breathe in, hold it for 1 second. That ordinary mix of nitrogen and oxygen just did something no machine humanity has ever built can do. It kept you alive, and nobody had to flip a single switch to make it happen. Now press your ear against a radio tuned to nothing. That hiss is technically the sound of 400 billion stars in our galaxy, all listening back at you and saying absolutely nothing. Here's the part nobody prints on the coffee mug. There are roughly 300 million planets in the Milky Way, where liquid water could sit on solid rock. 300 million doors that might already be standing open. And after 65 years of pointing our best instruments at the sky, the number of voices we have confirmed out there is exactly one. Us. Sit with that. A universe generous enough to build 300 million cradles, and strangely, stubbornly quiet about who's supposed to be sleeping in them. That is either the loneliest accident in the history of physics, or a very large hint that we've quietly skipped a step in the story we keep telling ourselves about how we got here. Because the more carefully you count, the less this looks like luck. To understand why that silence is so strange, you have to meet the equation that promised us noise. In 1961, in a small stone building in Greenbank, West Virginia, a 31-year-old astronomer named Frank Drake picked up a piece of chalk and wrote 7 letters, multiplied together, on a blackboard. 7 questions, chained into a single number. How many civilizations right now in this galaxy are out there talking? He meant it as a rough agenda for a 3-day meeting of 12 scientists. It became one of the most famous equations in the history of science. Picture it as a row of 7 dials on a combination lock. The door only opens, a living, talking world on the other side, if every dial lands in exactly the right position. Star forms, planet forms, right temperature. Life begins. Life gets smart. Smart builds technology. Technology lasts long enough to say hello. For 65 years, we've been filling in those dials with real measurements instead of guesses. And here's the twist Drake never lived to see. The first 3 dials all landed generous. Stars form on schedule. Planets turned out to be normal. So normal, the old question, are there other worlds, simply died. Habitable real estate is common, not rare. So the door should be swinging open all over the galaxy. It isn't. We built the most expensive ears in human history. The Breakthrough Listen project spent $100 million sweeping 1 million nearby stars and pointed them at the sky for one yes or no answer. The answer so far is no answer at all. In 1998, an economist named Robin Hanson at George Mason University gave that gap a name, the Great Filter. The idea is simple and unpleasant. Somewhere in that chain of dials sits at least one step so brutally unlikely that it takes 300 million candidates and crushes them down to one. A wall. And nobody can tell you which dial it's hiding behind, which leaves an awkward little question sitting on the table. If the easy dials are free, why is the whole lock still jammed? Most people assume the impossible dial is life itself. It's worse than that. Even keeping a planet alive long enough to roll the dice is a tightrope walk over a very deep drop. Start with where you're standing right now. If this rock drifted just a few % closer to the sun, your blood would boil in your veins. A few % further out and your lungs would freeze solid in your chest. The famous habitable zone isn't a cozy living room. It's the front door of a fortress with 10,000 locks behind it. And behind that door, you need a bodyguard. Jupiter, 300 times the mass of Earth, sits far out in the dark like an enormous vacuum cleaner, catching comets and asteroids that would otherwise slam into us and end the whole experiment. Then you need a shield. Deep beneath your feet, a core of molten iron is spinning at precisely the right speed to throw up an invisible magnetic field. One that deflects a constant hurricane of radiation streaming off the sun. We know what happens without it. Mars lost its magnetic field, and the sun peeled its atmosphere away like dust off a table. Then you need a counterweight. The moon is precisely heavy enough, parked at precisely the right distance to keep Earth's tilt from lurching around into chaos. Remove it, and the seasons go completely insane. Now here's the number that should stop you cold. Drake wrote 7 variables on that chalkboard. We have since uncovered more than 200 hidden parameters, quiet background settings that all have to sit inside a razor-thin range at the same time, or nothing complicated, ever gets to take a breath. So picture a safe with 200 dials. You spin every single one of them blindfolded, pull the handle, and it clicks open on the very first try. Randomness, apparently, walked into the engineering exam and aced it. Without studying, without notes. A broken watch, given billions of years, usually just becomes a worse broken watch. So which is genuinely easier to believe? 200 lucky clicks landing in a row, or that we're reading these settings wrong and something else is holding the dials? Fine, if the recipe is nothing but physics and chemistry, then we should be able to copy it. Build a small Earth, seal it shut, prove it's easy. We tried. In 1991, in the Arizona desert, engineers sealed 8 people inside a 3-acre glass world called Biosphere 2. $200 million. It had its own miniature ocean, a rainforest, farmland, a hand-built planet, meant to run on its own for 2 full years. The oxygen started falling almost immediately. The concrete in the walls was quietly swallowing it. Crops failed. Whole species died off. Within about a year and a half, the team was pumping oxygen in from the outside just to keep 8 human beings conscious. A $200 million paradise couldn't keep 8 people breathing for a couple of seasons. Meanwhile, the dead rock under your chair does exactly that job for 4 billion years. No engineers on shift, no backup tanks, no lines of code adjusting the valves at 3 in the morning. It just runs silently, better than the best team we could assemble with a blank check. And that's the easy version. Ask us for the hard part, a single living cell built from sterile chemicals on a clean lab bench, and civilization suddenly develops a cough. A single cell isn't a blob of goo. It's a microscopic factory with doors, power stations, waste disposal, and a full instruction library that copies itself. We can split atoms and land machines on Mars. We cannot make one of those from scratch. So the real gap was never between us and aliens. It's the gap between what humans can build when we actually try, and what this planet apparently pulled off without trying at all. 1 billion empty envelopes don't contain a letter, unless a letter is genuinely inside one of them. 1 billion planets don't explain life. They just hand the mystery more places to hide. So let's lay all the pieces on the table at once. 300 million open doors, 7 dials, more than 200 hidden settings, every one of them parked in the exact position that allows you to exist here and notice any of this. A planet that runs its own life support flawlessly, while our best copy suffocated in 18 months. And a silence so complete it stopped sounding like an empty universe and started sounding like a locked one. For 4 phases I avoided a word. Here it is. The universe does not behave like a lucky accident. It behaves like a system that was measured, weighed, and set deliberately into place. The dials tuned, the blast doors sealed, the life support quietly switched on before anyone was here to ask for it. Maybe that word is wrong, but the numbers can no longer afford the answer we've been leaning on. So look at the math, look at the sky, and ask the only question left standing. Who calibrated this, if no one calibrated it?